So here's another lure review I'm gonna do. It's for the Suick. And here's some Suicks I have. I have an orange and a bumblebee colored one too. I have one 7-incher and 3 of them this size. You can see these have both had a little wear and have a few scratch marks, which is a sign they work. Because if they don't work, they don't get any scratch marks in them. And I have caught largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, pike, and muskies on these. They work best when you pull them through the weeds. This is a jerk bait. This is one of the classic musky baits. So to fish with the Suick, you're going to want to use a jerk bait rod or an extra heavy musky rod, something that has no give in the tip. And then you're going to want to have a wire leader because you don't want any stretch in the line, because this bait doesn't actually make any action itself. All the action in it is from the jerking from your rod tip. So you jerk it and it darts down into the water, and you can bend this tail to get it to dive differently here. And if you bend it more, it'll generally dive deeper, and if you have it straight, it'll just kind of goes a little shallower under the water. I'm gonna hook myself I better not hook myself doing this review, because these things have hooks everywhere. But all in all, this bait works good for fishing in the weeds, and it works really good for like jerking through cabbage and ripping through cabbage plants. That's where it seems to work the best. I've also caught fish pulling it off weeds, and I caught bass out of the river on it. Some people say these work really good for northerns in the boundary waters. Like the one guy I know swears by like the bright orange or chartreuse ones of these for pike in the boundary waters. If I was fishing a clearer lake, I would use colors like this sucker or perch color that I have for silver or white or black. If I was fishing dirty water, I would throw like a fire tiger or orange or chartreuse based one. The bumblebee one hasn't worked very well for me yet. This bait gets scratched up with times, and it really makes a mess when you hook a muskie with it and it rolls anywheres. All in all, this bait works well, and it's just a classic. It was actually one of the first musky lures ever made, and it still puts muskies in the boat, and it still works. So this is definitely a good muskie bait to have in your arsenal. I think Frank Suick caught a muskie like 30 days in a row when he first invented the Suick. All in all, I think this bait costs like $20, $22 or something. I haven't bought one for a few years, but it's worth having one, and it definitely works. It's just tough to fish and tricky to fish, but it's definitely a good tool to have in your musky tackle arsenal. And I'm going to put a video of me messing up on a muskie on this. We're going out musky fishing on Lake Winger this afternoon. Hopefully the fish are cooperating. It's like 3 p.m. I spent like a half hour trying to drive around to buy suckers because I didn't realize Dorton's was closed today, so we're going to be without suckers today. So hopefully they're biting on some lure I have. I'm not sure what I'm going to start out with. I think I'm going to start out fishing shallow with blades and top waters and maybe a Suick.